ranking cartoon.
Yeah, getting my comfort colors on.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reason why we had it. I mean, he's going to be the expert on a lot of the stuff that is newer, and you guys are experts on the oldest stuff.
I tried to mix it up, Curtis, with the choices. I didn't do like only stuff that Marcus would like, or only. I tried to find that fine.
Dude, I'll be honest. AI made this whole thing for me.
I did it.
No, I meant like earlier. I meant earlier. AI made my whole list earlier. So.
I was gonna say, dude, like you sent me that, I was like, dude, this sounds like I'm talking to Chat GDP.
Yeah, you should, dude. It's my new friend. Okay, all right.
Only one.
All right, we're gonna go on to our first one. It's gonna be. Let me.
Where's regular show on?
Actually, give me a number. Give me a number.
Regular show, yeah.
No, regular show's not in there. Regular show.
That's S tier.
Okay, what do you? What number do you want? 1 through 10.
1 through 10.
You guys are
let's
worse
do
than dumb comments. Ranking cartoons. There's only 9 million on Earth. You didn't pick the one I like, dude.
That's a personal attack on me.
All right, the first one is Powerpuff Girls from Cartoon Network.
I would say Powerpuff Girls, for their influence, I would say that they are, I think as a show they're B, but I think influence, they're like second tier as probably the mascot of Cartoon Networks. I would say A.
Okay.
Dude,
I'm actually going to say A also because it's probably the only one of like, it sounds sexist, only one of the shows I've ever watched with like an all-female lead cast of like this type, obviously not all-female lead, but like this type of cartoon where I like loved every episode and was super about it. So for me, A.
Yeah, a little bit of
Powerpuff Girls.
little girl empowerment.
Huh? I'm gonna go C on it. I never really watched it too much. I've seen it a
Chris
little
hates
bit.
women to just speak. Make it clear. No, I'm just kidding, no.
Maybe because it was, all girls.
Yeah,
I don't know. C
Didn't
for me.
click.
Yeah, it just didn't click. C.
The Rogues Gallery on that show, fantastic.
Yep.
What was yours?
A.
A. Okay.
I loved that show.
All right. Ricky, how about you, dude?
I'm gonna B. I like the show. I really like the show, but it wasn't A or S tier to me, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, I liked watching it as a kid. The favorite one of them was Bubbles. So,
Bubbles.
yeah, literally just had this like that
We
genuine.
find Powerpuff Girls stuff quite a bit too at flea market.
That's what I was gonna say, like merchandise wise. That's why I said they're kind of like one of the
Hard
big.
to find too.
But like compared to other Cartoon Network shows, it's a lot easier.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, so next one we're gonna go with
Not
is
that low. What'd you give it?
Dang, he went.
no.
CD.
Guys, I haven't finished it. Jeez
Okay.
Louise.
I was
It was like an A/B.
Guys, I have to do it while you guys are talking.
Curtis.
I mean, got a contract with
Hang out
Mojo
with your friend Chat
Jojo.
GPT, dude.
Dude, chill out.
What is this show?
Lion-O.
Just kidding. Thundercats, huh?
Thunder.
Thundercats. Oh man.
Thundercats. Ho.
So this, if you watch it, as we were saying earlier, it has such a slow movement of storytelling.
Yeah.
I respect it for what it is. Like I totally do. Don't get me wrong. I even gave it a rewatch pretty recently. It still lands at a solid B-ish for me, even with the recent rewatch. It's cool, but the storytelling was a little too slow for my ADD brain.
I don't know, man. I think the animation was so epic and all these like little sword fight. Dude, I'm a full A with this bad boy.
Curtis with an A on an
I didn't
80s
expect that.
cartoon. Whoa.
Bro,
thought you
I
were
actually
gonna knock
love
this.
Thundercats. I love it.
I think what it is about Thundercats is like for me, I guess I'm thinking because I didn't watch a lot of it. I'm going off of like influence. Like I feel like it's like you see people driving around with Transformers bumper stickers. You see He-Man stuff. But like it seems like he's like Thundercats is like a little lower tier than like the big ones.
Is that the Thanos glove?
The Infinity Gauntlet. I think his hand's just like really white, like for some reason in that spot. Oh, you're right. I think that is like
The left hand.
I think he's I think he's just missing a glove on that one. Let's be real. Like
got
that's a
tan.
mean tan line.
he's got a tan line.
The glove
How about
doesn't
you,
fit.
Christo, the older one of the group?
I'm going to put this S tier. Growing up, I absolutely loved Thundercats. It's one of my favorites. I'll be honest, though, I have not watched it in forever. Like, I'd be curious to, like, if I went back and watched it, how much it would hold up today. But between this and He-Man, which is He-Man even on this list?
No, because we did it before.
Okay. So like these two I put in the same category. Like as a kid, I was constantly like, give me more He-Man, give me more Thundercats. Maybe G.I. Joe too.
Give you
but-
more men. Yep.
but-
We know. We
yeah,
know.
boys.
Powerpuff Girls.
Blow his back out over here.
I absolutely just loved it. It was just so badass. It was freaking awesome.
Good.
I think like growing up with it, like his opinion should have a little heavier weight than
Like we talked about earlier.
Yeah, than mine. Like I'm gonna go with like B tier, but it's just because I don't really have any affinity for it.
Ricky?
I mean, I have to say it like Chris. I don't remember like if I watched it again. I don't know if I'd like it as much. But back in the day, this is a solid A for me. It was so good.
I feel like, too, my rating would have been higher, too, if I didn't rewatch it. But it was still good. Don't get me wrong. It was just the scenes they drag slower. The dialogue moves along a lot slower than I'm used to.
I kind of, like 80s cartoons in general, I feel like are kind of all like that.
Yep.
Like even He-Man is like that. Transformers is a little bit like
Yeah,
that.
Transformers is a lot like.
Yeah.
Surprise us, Kurto. What you got next?
Darkwing Duck.
Let's get dangerous. Watched the crap out of it back in the day. I'm still gonna put it at B though. It wasn't one that I was as nuts about especially within like the Disney afternoon collection. You know, we've already done this before with different cartoons, and we did DuckTales and Chippendales. Those were S's all day.
Yeah.
I feel like of them, this wasn't one of my favorites, but I still liked it.
I think B's a safe ranking for me too. Like I think like for me, when I think about that era, Darkwing Duck is one of the most memorable. I don't know if it's the way he carried himself, but like it's one of the characters that comes to mind the first when I think about that generation. I'll go with the high B, like a B plus.
Only say B.
The only B. That's all. I can't be doing math over here, dude.
I'm gonna keep it at a B, dude. It's great. I like it a lot, but if I compare it to like Tailspin or something like that, I love Tailspin. This was great, but it wasn't. If I had to pick like from the Disney era, this was not as high as the others.
Yeah. And it's like, I would think it would have been cooler because he's almost like the Batman of the afternoon collection.
Yeah, but
Dude, that actually puts it like literally where it should be.
You
like the
know?
Batman kind of just like, that fits it right in there.
Yeah.
Like, solid B all the way around.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty good.
he was cool.
I
I love his
cool.
toys. The toys for him are.
I'm gonna
That's
give
what
it
I was
a
just gonna say. Like
little
his
bit-
toys and the gadgets.
great.
Expensive.
I'm gonna give him an A. I feel like he's due a little bit more.
Dang,
So
Chris is gonna
I
get
was pretty-
dangerous.
Yeah, getting dangerous. It was a really good show. I actually did enjoy it a lot.
These games are good too, except not the TurboGrafx 16 version sucks. NES version's great.
All right, next one is going to be Smurfs.
Wow, really cool.
shoot.
S tier. Like,
Yeah.
but I'd say A or S tier. I mean, man, Smurfs, dude, like that show is like a vibe in itself. It's so simplistic. It's the definition of a comfort cartoon.
You sit down, you just kind of aimlessly watch it for hours
Wasn't
on
there
end.
like controversy about them, like supposedly or something?
Bro, there's controversy about everything.
With every animation, there's going to be something. I mean, you have it on
Look at the
so
way that
long.
Papa Smurf's eyeballing her. You know, that's kind of, I don't know, a little sus there. There's a controversy in anything you look
I
for.
like shows like this because every single one of these can fit somebody's personality, right? Each character can find a
Like
way.
the Seven Dwarfs type of thing?
Yeah. Like somebody's gonna be grumpy or somebody's gonna be sleepy. You know, like those type
Ricky.
of vibes.
Ooh, I am sleepy all the time.
Like that. I mean, it literally is like an A tier.
Like I think I love shows when like the stakes aren't so high, you know, like a lot of like the rescue shows like Darkwing, it's like, oh wow, he's gonna destroy the whole city, you know, he's like, but this like, oh, Gargamel's poisoning the water, or like you know, like something really like simple.
He's gonna boil us.
Ricky, go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't enjoy it as much as this was more my aunt's thing. So she'd always constantly have in the background. I did not like it as much, so I'm gonna put this at a C.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Dude.
Chris, did you go?
No, I'm probably going to go even lower. I might go D.
Yo.
That's where I was going to go.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Marcus.
Hey.
I was D also.
You're
It
also
just
D.
didn't do it for me. I remember being a kid and just being like, not Smurfs again. Like, I was like,
It's too campy.
I know. I was just like, like I would struggle through it. I feel
See, they're
like.
freaking.
Like I would
you
do it.
say you're 90s, but you're total 80s kids. Just not enough explosions.
Yeah, it was like maybe because I was so into action things at that time, and like this was on
See?
probably when like He-Man and Thundercats were on, and I would be like, "Let's go Thundercats, He-Man," and then I'd be like, Smurfs, man, what the heck? And I'm like, it felt like a letdown. I think when it came on, it wasn't bad, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to go D. That's my little
Yeah, me too.
8-year-old boy self saying that.
Yo. All right. Up next we have Rugrats.
Dang.
By the way, what is that image? I've never realized
That's
until
the
now.
intro, dude.
No, but I'm saying, look at that. If you actually look at
Move
the
your
shape
head,
of that
Curtis.
with his...
It's his bottle.
I know.
Bro,
Just
I don't think you do. I think you're looking for something.
Yeah, he's looking for something. It looks like a money shot.
I have watched a million documentaries about cartoon animation, and 90% of the time, artists are putting something in there as a little like...
That one is sus, dude.
That one-
Look at
Oh man, that could be a whole nother episode about like
a little bit, Curtis.
hidden imagery.
That is super.
That's pretty.
sus,
That's
dude.
pretty on the dot.
Why do I have to move
Like,
it?
you know if you're an artist.
Now, Chris, put your head back,
Think
open
of
your
you
mouth.
drawing that. Like, you know what you're doing when you're drawing that.
I don't know what kind of penis. I'm just gonna say it. What has that weird central small?
Okay, Marcus, we get it. We get it. You're half black. Yours is like 10 inches, dude.
That's a very obscure one. I think you're reaching. I think you guys are reaching.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say what a great show. A for sure. One of the best intros, animation style, just what iconic show to the core.
Yeah, if we're sticking with original Rugrats and nothing like Grown Ups and all that stuff, Rugrats was the show for me. Like, I mean,
good.
like it just had everything. Like, I actually like Chucky more than I like Tommy.
Yeah.
I think I'll speak for like Rugrats all grown up because I'm sure most of you guys haven't probably seen Rugrats all grown up.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, like it really I think develops the characters even further, and you kind of get to like really understand them. I mean, you got to get into it, but I would say if you include Rugrats if it was without Rugrats all grown up, I would give it A. But with that included, I'm giving it S tier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like you fall in love with the
Love to hear
characters.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go S tier on this as well, and especially because like this was like when did Rugrats come out? 95,
91.
91. Okay, so
Early
I was still a
90s.
kid when this came out. I don't know. I absolutely loved it. It's such a really good show. Angelica is just freaking awesome. Like maybe you're right. Maybe it was like the character development in this, because it's not like I mean, there's action, but it's like just a bunch of little babies. It's I don't know. It's phenomenal. For whatever they did
so
with
good.
it, it's
And I think that
freaking
you
good.
develop in
That's all I can
life
say.
too. Like when you're a kid, you kind of relate to the kids, and as you get older, you kind of relate to the parents
We
a
talked
little
about
bit.
that recently about even like TV shows, like how now I watch and I'm like,
I think-
I'm the adult. No.
Yeah. Those are some of the best shows though, because you're like, oh, like it reaches your like if your parents can watch it and you can, that's a win-win for everybody in the house.
100%.
Yeah.
Ricky, what's your rating?
This close to an S, but I think I'm gonna keep it in an A, just because it's a great show, dude. I can't deny about it. Chucky's awesome, like Curtis said, but I love the movie how they put like Chucky's mom. Finally, you understand what happened to Chucky's mom. I was like,
Oh yeah, that's a
really?
heart. You know,
I was like, dude.
Cartoons do that, man.
Oh, and
Where
I'm
you're just like, when you're
like, oh,
least
dang.
expecting it, you're just like, frick, dude, and it hits, and you're like, am I crying at a cartoon? Yes, I am.
Yeah, and I'd say like of the stuff that they do, Klasky Supo, the company that does them, like that's like the other shows don't have something that like just world shaking when you're a kid. Like they're all pretty simple, but they went in on Rugrats for a lot of those emotional scenes.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh wow. Anybody?
Man, I'll start. I almost want to give it an S tier, but I'll give it. It's an A plus for me. I absolutely love Winnie the Pooh. I have always been a Winnie the Pooh fan. I feel like it's one of the most wholesome stories, and the characters in that, whether it's Tigger or Winnie the Pooh or Christopher Robin or Piglet, like they are such awesome characters, and they just go on like such cool little adventures.
Yeah.
Even Eeyore is such an awesome
I
how many
love
sad
the lazy
characters
characters.
like that?
Me though that you
All right, I'm
would
giving
give
it an S
that.
tier. I'm
You give
giving it
that an S tier, but all the same qualities you named were in Smurfs.
Smurfs. Yeah.
No, it doesn't even come to that. No way.
No way.
For me, I think like I think it's a little bit slow sometimes. I do love some of the films, you know, but I think like the actual TV series they had is a little slow, but I love the books growing up. The books were really good. I would say overall it's definitely, I wouldn't give it S tier. I think aesthetically it's really awesome. The characters are fantastic. I'll go A.
Yeah, I'm with Chris. I almost want to put it at S also. I have such an affinity for I think I don't know what it is. It's like unbelievably wholesome.
So
I think
wholesome.
Winnie the Pooh's voice, I've said it before, I think is one of the best voices we've ever had.
Jim Cummings.
It's just such a good, like you hear it and you feel like, oh, it's so like heartwarming. Like I feel like you want to give Jim Cummings a hug in real life. Like he's just an old man, like, and that like little everything.
Wait, who was it?
Why do you want to live in her life?
I'm gonna go A. What a great makes me feel good every time I watch it.
I'm gonna say before you go, Rick. I'm just gonna say one other thing about Winnie the Pooh too. Like when I was a kid, I had my favorite stuffed animal that I still have to this day. Actually, is a little bear, and that bear has so much life to me. Like
You're Christopher Robin.
yeah, I related to Christopher
related.
Robin. Like my stuffed animals when I was a kid, like to me they were alive.
Yeah.
Like they were real, and like my that stuffed animal is still in my son's room, and every once in a while his name is Snowball, and every once in a while I'll be like, oh hey Snowball, what's up? And I look at his eyes and they look real to me. I'm like, you're still
have that
here.
connection.
Yeah,
You're
like
like
I know, but I've always kind of like felt like Christopher Robin poured love into these animals. And like, if you
100%.
love that stuffed animal or that toy that much,
You and your wife getting it on, you like turn him the other way. Like, no, Snowball.
he's in the other room, dude. I don't keep him in my room for that reason.
Snowball's
I
too
feel
pure
weird.
for this.
Shut your eyes, Snowball.
But I've always related to that, so that's another reason why
Ricky,
I love
what do you
that.
think? He's gonna lower it. I know it.
Don't you dare F this. Don't you dare. I just went all heartfelt.
I love.
I know.
He's gonna be the contrarian. He's gonna go the
Winnie the Pooh.
lowest.
I love Winnie the Pooh, but if I had to watch the show like over and over again, I'm not gonna put it anywhere near like an A or an S. I love the show. Maybe once or twice, like I'll watch it. But if you're gonna tell me like, I'm basing them on something I'll constantly watch.
Ricky, but he needs honey for his tummy.
That's true. I do love that, dude. He always made me want to eat honey. I was like, damn, that looks so.
You're trying to
freaking
convince him so bad as he's trying to.
But he's going
bring us
down
down.
to B. Just a B.
Okay.
Just a B.
That's not as harsh as I was
Yeah,
expecting.
no.
Winnie the Pooh always brings
What'd
you
you give
back.
it, Marcus? B?
I give it an A.
Yeah, you give it a.
Yeah, it's still I think the top right now.
I think what connects me to Winnie the Pooh is like when I was in second grade, I had a teacher that like gave us out like when we did stuff that was excellent. She'd give us out Pooh bucks.
Oh, it's
Right?
awesome.
And we would, yeah, right, Pooh bucks.
Got some good poo money.
Yeah, dude. And at the end of the year, you would have, she would bring in, like, she would have Winnie the Poohs all over the classroom, just
Yeah.
everything related, like Piglet and all them. And, like, at the end of the year, you'd go and take
Give her your
all your
poo.
Pooh bucks and literally buy off whatever she would bring in.
Oh, that was the best, dude. Those like classroom currencies.
Yeah.
And so, like, that memory alone brought me to the show. It was like,
Yeah.
that's an A for
My
me,
kids get
so.
that at church. They get like church bucks, or they
Heck
call it.
yeah.
I'm like, heck yeah, dude.
Up next, we are going to do Dexter's Laboratory.
Where did Winnie the Pooh end
It's
up?
a A,
A.
yeah.
Below Rugrats?
2.0.
2.0?
It's yeah. Let me it's actually below Rugrats. Yep.
Oh,
Talk
I'm
about
sorry,
it.
guys.
Dexter's Laboratory for me is a solid B.
I was gonna say I think it's controversial because like everybody that likes Dexter, I feel like it gets like glazed so much. It's like such a good show. Like
It's
it's
a great
fantastic.
show.
Okay, well,
Ricky's about to glaze it.
I think it's really good. But I mean, if you compare it to like the biggest Cartoon Network shows, I think it's a little overhyped, a little bit.
Okay.
I would say Dee Dee drives me crazy. I guess it did Dexter too, but I mean, like, man, her character just bugs me sometimes, like irritates me. I'm gonna go with C.
Okay.
Dang, that low? Really, Marcus? I'm surprised. Because it does
You guys
get
are not
glazed
cooking up
a
in the
lot, dude.
laboratory.
This one does get glazed a lot. For me, it was not one of my favorite cartoons either. Was it kind of snarky-ish, maybe a little bit?
Yeah, a little.
Kind of snarky.
I mean, he was kind of like just like a really smart nerd that kind of played into it.
Yeah, and it was
There
very
is-
like fast. I don't know. What was that girl's name? What's her name?
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee.
The
yeah.
annoying sister.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the show that was called? It was inside the show. It was like the superheroes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That was almost better to me than
What
the
was
show
that called? I'm gonna look
itself.
that up.
It's like Pinky and the Brain. I like Pinky and the Brain better than Animaniacs.
Within the
The Animaniac. I actually like Pinky and Brain more than Animaniac.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
Pinky and
I'll
the
figure it
Brain
out.
they got their own show
did the
eventually, but
birds.
they
Yeah.
were within
Oh, the
that.
birds. Yeah, the birds are good.
their own little spin-off.
I'm gonna go C as well. Yeah.
Dang, man, you guys are hitting it where I would hit it too.
So a lot of people are going to disagree with that one, and I know it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like like you said, it wasn't like as polarizing as some of the other Cartoon Network shows that were already on.
Yeah.
At the time, you know. So I don't know, Ricky. Did you ever end up watching it ever?
The Justice
What?
Friends.
This?
Justice
Yeah.
Friends. There you go. Justice Friends was tight. That was sweet. It was like a little play on the Justice
Sorry.
League.
Had
No,
to-
you're good.
Oh.
I'm just gonna rank mine
I
as
was
C.
B. Okay,
You're
you're
B.
C. Where was Ricky?
Yeah, I was just gonna give it a B.
Okay.
I love it, but I'm not.
I put it on because I was like, what would Marcus like? Oh, I bet he's going to be obsessed with Dexter's Lab. So I put it on there.
I'm surprised. I feel like that would be like
Your
being a
generation.
Nickelodeon person. You
Well,
would,
there's
like, love
almost
that.
every other show around that I do love. That's why I think that was such a good era to put that one up there with those top ones. It's just not that.
Oh, it's way down there, Curtis.
Huh? It's 3.
It might be below.
It's right.
It's below Smurfs.
Oh, it's right here. Yeah.
It's like, well, not that. It was a B,
No,
B,
it-
and CC.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been a rough day
I got
to
it
go
right
below
here.
the Smurfs.
I know. It's at 3.6. All right. Next one is Disney Classics.
Yeah, so I
Mickey
basically
Mouse.
put that one there as basically, I forgot what, I think it's called Bendy Horse animation. This is like the early
Yeah.
1920s, 1930s cartoons that would come on. Just
That's
kinda
a tough one to rank though, because it's like you're not like just like wow, this is a thing. Like you did this, like that you accomplished this. So you almost want to give it credit for what it is in the era that it lived in. But if you're watching it as like an actual show, like how high can you go?
Well, I have a different set. I actually, so when I was a kid, being poor kids, a big thing we used to do is we would go to Walmart or like Big Lots, and there'd be big bins of old VHS tapes. And my parents would always grab, there wasn't ever a name, it was just cartoon classics.
Oh, those compilation ones.
The Betty Boops, the Field
Casper.
the Casper,
Yeah.
the old
Yep.
Bendy animations, Pippi, no, not Pippi Longstocking, Lulu. There was a girl named Little Lulu.
Popeye.
Yeah.
Little Lulu.
Oh,
was-
yeah.
What were the crows?
Superman.
Jekyll and Jekyll?
Underdog
Heckle
was
and
a good
Jekyll?
one.
Jekyll.
Me.
Heckle and
And
Jekyll,
it
the
was,
crows.
I think that style of animation is called Bendy Horse, and it's just that it's kind of what Cuphead, was inspired by.
Yeah.
And I have like a weird affinity. Like I love those cartoons. The other day I was with my buddy Andy Ricky, and we just watched them for like 2 hours.
Popeye-
Genuinely enjoyed them.
Popeye is in
Popeye
this
would've been a good
category
one,
too.
yeah.
I put Popeye
Yeah,
in
I
this.
think Popeye's a little bit like, I think because I'm thinking about like, I guess like the short little snippet ones they had for Disney. I think Popeye has a better narrative overall too. Like
Narrative for sure.
Yeah.
I still, for me, these are S. But
Yeah.
because I literally, not just like of what they did, right? It's not like the Super Mario for Nintendo. It's not about what it did to me. Like I genuinely enjoy them. Like I
Gotcha.
will watch and I'm just enthralled with the animation and how they did it and the sound effects. And
It's a lot of, it's just a whole different level of
Yeah.
what we're dealing with nowadays. Out of respect, I'm going to give it A.
okay,
Would you say S?
S.
Dang.
I saw like even like back in the day with like the first, Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie's first sound ever in animation. I mean, they literally had to play it live and give orchestras like cues, like do this, do that, and give them timestamps to know when. They would draw the animations and put music notes next to it to know like hit it now, because it had to be recorded live with it.
Well, they did that up to like all the way up until like Dumbo. They were still doing that.
and that's
yeah.
how they started. It was on these old Mickey Mouse.
Well, I'll
and-
have to go back and kind of watch some of that. It kind of gives you that like Charlie.
You want to watch a good movie
Charlie
that connects to
Chaplin-esque.
that is
Yeah.
watch The Reluctant Dragon by Disney. It's a whole movie done by Walt Disney, like where they explain the whole animation process from the beginning.
so awesome.
Yeah.
Dang.
And I didn't know Snow White was like, took them like 4 or 5 years just to animate that thing.
I guess
Yeah.
Dang.
if I were to rate it, since it is like a timeless thing and it didn't really need much to it, it's an A.
Yeah.
Right? You can't hate on it. It all spawned from it, right?
Yeah.
I love it too. I love that whole genre. That animation style is just freaking awesome.
So cool.
I have not gone back and watched it in a long time.
Check them out,
I
honestly.
know, and I have some of the VHS. I should just pop them in because it is just timeless, and it does kind of hold up. Like when you put them on.
does. That's what I'm saying. When you watch it, you're almost like, I'm enthralled.
Yeah,
I'm
like
enthralled
even if
with
it
this.
is like black and white like that, like it's there's something about the art style that does hold up.
Very minimal audio or none.
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
minimal auto sound effects. Like
Some quick rankings soon.
Let's give it an S just because it's so.
Dang.
when Curtis said quick rankings, that means
foundation.
from here on out we got to rank quicker because we're only going time for the segment.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Does the Beanstalk one count as this?
Not if it's not if it's the color one.
That's pretty late, yeah.
Okay. So I'll give it an A.
Ricky went with like a 1995.
He's basically off this one
Hey,
movie.
That's the same thing, right?
I was like, if it was the Beanstalk one, it's an S. Oh
Ricky and the Beanstalk was
I
a
think
great
that
episode.
one
That's why I was like,
tops.
It's up there because it's a whole generation of
Yeah.
cartoons.
It's
not
kind of
just
hard. I
one.
couldn't put like Steamboat Willie in just one.
A little bit of hell yeah.
All right, we'll go quicker. I
All
promise.
right,
let's go.
SpongeBob.
S.
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 I mean,
Okay,
that's-
I'm so glad
Wait.
everybody in this
Yes.
room.
Everybody just said all S.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's S.
Let's go. I don't think we've
could
had
still
a.
like everybody here.
How could you not S this? It's-
Dude, so me and Ricky, our
There's no
quick one.
critique.
Our history is that we used to go to our friend Brittany's house and we'd skate a half pipe and eat Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and every like 30 minutes just go and watch SpongeBob. And it was like such a core memory for me.
Yep.
Like it was just such a part.
So I say a modern day, the closest thing, the only thing rivaling Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, I think is modern day SpongeBob.
I was going to say, since we're on it and we all S'd it so quick, is it the greatest cartoon of all time?
No.
No?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah?
think so.
I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
so.
dude, you're gonna tell me that a cartoon that can actually make the Super Bowl is not like timeless?
No,
It's referenced
great.
every 3 seconds on the internet, like
I'd-
at any given time.
My
You look
other
that up?
fight would be
Yeah.
my
No
other
doubt.
fight would be Simpsons for me with it. But I'm not arguing that it's not.
But the thing is,
top three
Simpsons is
rotator.
designed at its core for an older audience, maybe even breaching on adults.
Totally.
Whereas a cartoon, by its nature, is made for like that core demographic of kids, but it transcends that.
Yeah. But when I grew up with Simpsons,
Bars.
It was started off.
I grew up with it. I'm allowed to talk about it. Simpsons, the thing is, though, it was geared towards adults, but every kid in the schoolyard when we were young was sneaking it. Always.
That's true.
Not allowed to watch Simpsons, but it made it that much more alluring for kids.
That's the question. What's yellow people? What yellow person?
Yeah. We got him on board. All right, here we go. Next up, we got Captain Planet.
Friggin' now, that's a DEI crew if I've ever seen one. I haven't watched it in forever. By the way, my God, I never realized how good Captain Planet's hair is. That is amazing.
That's what I'm trying to
Look at those cheekbones. You're talking about his hair.
God, handsome Squidward right there.
Yeah. The man is just a god. He's just...
I'm gonna go B. I used to love that show, but I haven't returned to it, so it means I'm probably not as obsessed with it as I thought. But I did used to truly love that show. B.
I don't want to go too long on it, but have you guys heard the theory about those are the same kids from Magic School Bus?
Yes.
That they grew up and they became them?
Whoa! Wait, Magic School Bus would have been killer on this. That's crazy.
All the
They
kids
look like
the
them.
same?
They do
Did you hear
look
about
like them.
Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone being Jigsaw from Saw because he was a mastermind at traps? That
Dude,
was
I
the whole
love
episode.
those theories. Like,
my
you know, whether
God.
they're real
I
or
love
not, it's
spin-offs,
so
Also,
funny.
dude.
Jar Jar is a Sith Lord.
Dude, that one's
it.
crazy
All right, keep
too.
going, keep going.
All right, I'm gonna rank it a B.
I'm gonna go A. I actually really love this
good.
show. I used to watch this.
I'm glad
a
it's getting some
ton.
more love here.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm gonna give it a D.
Dang.
Damn, man. Ricky
Sorry,
is
guys.
like the Simon
just-
Cowell of like cartoons
Just
here.
pollute the
Ricky
earth.
didn't like that DEI crew.
Ricky's like, I'm giving it a D. He just throws his McDonald's trash out the window.
Marcus,
I don't give a hoot.
Marcus, how about you?
I'm gonna go with. I just think it's got one of the most unique like premises of a show, and I think it's just what it stands for. Whether there's everybody has got a debate about what it means and how they did it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think at its core, it's definitely earned B.
Especially when you're a kid, though. Back then, like you're a kid, you don't realize you're being taught something.
Yeah.
You're like,
According
oh,
to Captain
sweet.
Planet, we're underwater right now.
What?
We only have 30 years before we're full of water.
You lied to us.
Well, that was because everybody did their part.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Save the planet.
We did our part, dude. He taught us.
All right, last one that we're gonna do is Recess.
S.
S tier, man, you're going all the way to
I
S.
love Recess. I
I-
love it with a passion.
I think Recess is fantastic. I'll go with A. I don't know if it's up there with SpongeBob like levels, but it's really good.
Yeah, that's definitely A.
I'm not gonna lie. I never watched this.
Okay.
Never seen it.
It's great.
I've never even heard of it. I've never even heard of it. Ben and I.
We did it on the surprise. You're like, I never heard of it.
Oh, did I say the same thing? Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what this
Ricky,
is.
what do you think on this one?
Oh, that's an
I'm
S.
surprised. I don't know
Ricky
what it
says
is.
S.
Yeah, all right.
Dang.
We used to watch it together.
Great show.
That's a really good show. Like the way they've set up like playground culture as a whole. Like
That's kind of it felt like every episode is basically like the playground. Recess time is like some massive. What you did as a kid, everything's a big
no, Phineas and
adventure.
Ferb.
You know,
Sheesh.
Nah, we don't need to rank that one. We could. Finish it for real quick. Right across the board.
A.
S.
man, I feel like we're giving everything A, but I'm gonna go with A too.
well, these are good shows.
Yeah, I
think
just
it's
like that was
great.
such a standard ranking.
They
For,
all
Talk about Larry the Platypus.
They can't all be Smurfs, dude. F tier.
Well, I guess we're gonna do what starts on the bottom, and then we're gonna go what started with ended on the top. We're gonna say Dexter's Laboratory got the garbage ranking, and then on the top
Dang.
S tier SpongeBob across the
Yep.
board.
Might get heat for
That's
that
true.
Dexter's Laboratory. There's a lot of Dexter fans out there.
I think as we put the Smurfs above it, that might be where we catch some heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smurfs.
Even Darkwing Duck is
right,
like
thank you for this.
debatable.